Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Trash. In today's episode, we're going behind the curtain, if you will. You probably read the title and clicked on the video. That's right, The Cat in the Hat. Probably one of my favorite movies of all time. I don't know, there will never be an alternate reality where I don't love this movie. I think from the very beginning, this movie, it's misunderstood by far. It's probably one of the greatest comedies of all time. It's definitely my favorite Mike Myers film of all time. Cat in the Hat, Shrek, and then maybe whatever comes after that, I don't know. It's so good. They have so many classic lines in the film.
Dirty hoe.
So many classic moments in the movie.
Let's take a look under the hood.
It's probably the most quoted movie that I can probably quote. It's so good. It's so good from beginning to end. If you don't know what it's about, it starts off with two kids, Concrete and Sally. Sally, she's a little bit more stern. She doesn't know how to have fun. Conrad, he's a little bit all over the place. He has almost too much fun, and he's a kind of a troublemaker. He gets into a lot of trouble. Basically, the whole gist is the mom is going to throw a party for her realtor friends later that evening, so the house needs to be spotless, okay? The Cat in the Hat comes around when the mom is currently absent, make a huge mess in the house, and find a way to have fun without making too much of a mess. And that's the whole point of the film, is that you can still have fun without without being self-destructive, I suppose. You know, it has a really deep message to it. It really says, hey, you can relax, you can have fun without destroying everything around you. It's a movie for the century. It's a movie that moved lots of people back in 2003 whenever it came out, maybe. I know it's moved me ever since. And by far, it's probably the best Dr. Seuss adaptation, some people would even say, like myself. So I've seen The Cat in the Hat multiple times in the most popular recommended category in my Netflix account. Maybe it's just because they know what I like, so therefore he must like this. But I think it might be there for a reason, and I think a lot of people have watched it. A lot of it is nostalgia reasons, and I know everyone my age or even a little bit younger than me, have seen this movie and have fallen deep in love with it, whether you watch it on DVD in the bargain bin, or you watched it on Netflix when it got on Netflix, or if you've had the DVD since you were 3 years old. So Daniel, why didn't it warrant a sequel? Why didn't they say, hey, we're gonna greenlight this because people loved this? Now that's where the problem comes in, ladies and gentlemen. Not everybody loved it. Cat in the Hat, its budget for just the filmmaking process of just to make the movie itself was $109 million. That doesn't even count the budget to promote the film. Ideally, in the box office, the film needs to make A, its budget back, and B, its marketing budget back. The box office only made $134 million. Not that great, but definitely not a flop either. It definitely made some of its money back. There were also some other reasons why it didn't warrant a second one. Just some critic reviews here. About as creatively inspiring as a giant hairball. Part of the problem is the film confuses chaos with fun. I don't agree with that, but whatever. The Cat in the Hat is dog food. Dr. Seuss is the one who wrote The Cat in the Hat, obviously. His wife, Audrey Gesell, the widow of Dr. Seuss back in the day. Dr. Seuss died years ago. Audrey Gesell was, I guess, in charge of maybe his business. And after seeing the film, she was so furious and legally forbade Hollywood from making any more live-action adaptations of the Dr. Seuss stories. Whoa, so she was like offended that this even came out. I mean, I don't know what she was offended about, because quite frankly, it's an amazing film. It's very kid-friendly.
Son of a bitch! Dirty hoe!
And that's the reason why all the Dr. Seuss movies up until this point have been animated since then. So like Horn Hears the Who, the new Grinch movie. Lastly, this is the big one. Mike Myers was contractually obligated to join, so he was forced to be in this movie. He basically got in a lawsuit against the company, Universal, that created the film, and didn't want to finish the film. And he was contractually obligated to make a second movie. He sued them, ended up doing a different movie with Universal. I think it came down to a deal, like, hey, you do this different movie. That one flopped as well. Bo Welch, the director, and some other people called him a diva on set. I have a quote here: he fundamentally hated working on the project. So he didn't like the movie. He didn't like being in the movie. So what was it going to be about? Now that's the big big thing. Where are we gonna take the cat this time? Now, The Cat in the Hat 2 was gonna be called The Cat in the Hat Comes Back. It was based on the second Cat in the Hat book, actually, by Dr. Seuss. The Cat in the Hat comes back. Once again, Sally and your brother Conrad are being left home alone for the day, but at this time their mother has left them with instructions to clear away from a large amount of snow while she is out. However, they are interrupted by the work of the arrival of the Cat in the Hat. Sally warns her brother not to talk to the cat. Okay, la-da-da-da. Basically, he's back, and it was going to be set in wintertime or something. It sounded like it was going to be a great movie, but they didn't go for it. They didn't want to go for it. Could you even do a second Cat in the Hat? And I think you can. Yes, even with the kids super old, you make it rated R. So Audrey Gazelle, God bless her heart, look, she died a couple of years ago. I don't know how their contract's set up, but it's easier to kind of tiptoe around or kind of get rid of contracts when the said person is dead. So they can kind of go back and maybe dismember that contract to make a second movie, put it on Netflix. Today we're living in a world where that can happen. They just released some photos of the Shark Boy and Lava Girl 2 that's coming out. Yeah, look at these. It's coming. So why can't they do that? I'm not even using this right now, I'm using this. Why can't they do that with Cat in the Hat? Okay, look, Mike Myers, you had a tough time with the last one. Okay, but guess what? Now it's on your own terms. We're gonna feed you a buttload of money straight from Netflix. I don't know how Netflix is gonna be involved, but in our reality, it will. So Netflix is gonna showrun this. Showrun? Just make it a show. No, don't make it a 2. Come back with like a mini series, Cat in the Hat. Whoa. Okay, this is interesting now. Cat in the Hat, the mini-series, the cat comes back, bring back Conrad, bring back Sally, bring back Alec Baldwin. I don't know, maybe the cat comes back and they need to find a way to maybe make the whole world learn how to be fun or something like that. And I don't really know. But the reason why I don't think it's impossible, because something like Shark Boy and Lava Girl, look how panned this was. This has a 19% on Rotten Tomatoes, the original one. But it's beloved. It's so beloved. People love this thing. In my heart, I love Shark Boy and Lava Girl. I remember going to see that. You bring back Cat in the Hat the same way you do Shark Boy and Lava Girl, okay? I don't know. I think we have a really solid idea here. I think it's an idea that can be formed into a bigger idea. I think the first thing we can do is start with the letter. Dear Netflix, we need this. Cat in the Hat 2. Bring it back, you make money. Okay, sending that to Netflix now. Being that it was canceled, would you want to see Cat in the Hat Part 2? Let me know in the comments section down below. And I just want to get on and talk about my thoughts on Cat in the Hat Part 2. So I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.